Hi guys, thanks for coming back to this channel. I just wanted to come straight out of learning today with the University of Cumbria. So I've had 3 days of online training with the university. I'm completely shattered now, but it's been awesome. The instructors are so helpful and they are so full of knowledge. It's unbelievable. It really is amazing. So this week we've covered a bit more clinical stuff now. So we're looking at respiratory system and about how it works with the heart, and then also things like your COPD, kind of shortness of breath, that sort of thing. We've been looking at academic writing, just the basics of it, and why we need to be working with academic writing, what's important to be able to write properly, rather than in the past where paramedics were IHCD, I think it's called, and they're more practical, and now we've got to be practical but also have to back it up with some academia in a way of writing, with reflective practice. So this is all kind of new stuff for me, and I got completely bogged down. However, that said, when you get onto a cohort and you have a group of people who are the same position, the same problems as you, you work together and you help each other out, which is amazing. And they did a really good saying, actually, for university work. Okay, and also it works as a student paramedic. So, and I'll quote you, okay, because I think this is perfect in pretty much if you're a student for anything, or if you're working with a colleague who you're trying to aspire to become like, in the way of skill. And they say, and I quote, "The worst thing you can do is to compare yourself against your fellow students. The best thing you can do is to work with them. If you are always thinking, oh crikey, they're better than me than doing ECGs, or they're better than me than doing academic writing, oh I wish I was that good at doing reflective practice or talking with a patient, they might have really, really good skills in one area but not so great in another area. And if you compare yourself to someone who's been doing it for, say, 20 years or even a year higher than yourself, or even the same cohort, and you're finding that they've got more knowledge or they've got more skill than you, that you should never compare yourself. Because within the university, they work as a team, and it's not to challenge other people. It's to find out where your own weaknesses are, challenge that, and grow stronger, and to learn how to learn, which is odd, but I'm getting it now. The most important thing in learning is knowing how you learn, what's the best way for you to learn. Once you figure out what's the best way for you to learn, then the learning becomes easier. So if you find that just listening to somebody, you'll take it in. Well, for me, I can't do that. I can't take it in. I have to write things down. I've got to do it in colour. I've got to have presentations. I've got to have videos. I'm more physical, tactile. But for somebody else, that might not work, you see. So I found out for myself, and I've only just found this out, that one of the ways I learn is tactile. It's with colours, it's with visual, and listening at the same time, potentially, and write things down, though I can't read my own writing because of my dyslexia is all over the place. But somebody else has a different technique of doing it, yeah? And their way of learning would be different. And so with their skills, the other person may be really good at academic writing, but not so great at talking to Mrs. Miggins, who's 70 plus years old. But you might find you're finding it very good because you worked in a care home and you talk to them all the time, So never try to compete against another colleague who's in university or even, at work. Try and sort of think, okay, well, they've got those skills. Don't compare yourself. Think, okay, well, I've got these skills, but how do I get better with what I've got at the moment? And work together with them. We do it all the time. If we don't know an answer, we then call we call the GP. We call the mental health teams. If we need help, we find out more information by asking somebody else who knows about it. And it's the same way with universities, the same way with on the road. If you don't know something, don't go and fret about it and go, oh my gosh, I don't know this, I don't know that, because this is what I feel at the moment. I feel like an empty cup and I feel like I need to fill it, but I don't know how. Just take it easy. Just find out how you learn. And what they've got us to do is write down something on a piece of paper on how are you critical thinkers? Are you critical thinking at work? Are you critical thinking at home and away? And then how are you learning? How do you reflect? Or do you reflect? And I thought, oh no, I'm sure I don't reflect. But then, as they were saying, if you do a sport and you did something wrong in sport, maybe, I don't know, with me, with my martial arts, perhaps, I did a wrong move and I got thrown, and I think, oh, I'm never going to do that move again. So that's actually reflecting on something that I did, and that's a natural reflection. So another part of learning is reflecting on what you did, and then critically reflecting. So saying that I think, okay, well, I did something wrong today. Well, how could I get it better? How could I make that better so I don't make the same mistake twice? And then evidence that reflection by going, oh, well, I've read in this book here that if I try twisting my body in a certain way, it's going to get this motion, so the next time I'm going to try that. So you're critically reflecting your job, your whatever the action you did. And it just goes into depth like that. It's amazing. It really is. And some of it you realise you do already, but on a very, very low end scale. And some of it you're thinking, crikey, I would never be able to think like that. I'm not a professor or anything like that, but they'll teach you that. Because at the end of the day, everybody starts from day zero in learning a new skill. There's always someone who's got less knowledge than you, and the rail bottom has got so much to learn in forward, but everybody's been there. Someone who take it completely away from ambulance service, learning how to drive a car. All these F1 drivers and the motorcycle GP motos and aircraft, think, oh crikey, that's a great skill to have, or helicopters. They've all had to learn from the very, very beginning on how to switch it on, where the buttons are, start and stop, the basic stuff. So the same way with academic stuff. And this is what I'm telling myself. But I think there's a truth to it. You start from the very start. You start from the very stepping stone of beginning, and you just take one step at a time, and you just grow. And I think after you find you've done it for a while, then you can look back and reflecting, oh, I did that, and I didn't really think about it too much. So yeah, but I'm completely brain frazzled now. So I've got a few days off now, thank goodness. I've got my anniversary, my wedding anniversary coming up in the next couple of days, and it's yeah, 24 years with my lovely, lovely hubby. And so I shall be having one day off away from computers. And yeah, I'll enjoy that and go back to studying again next week. Right, have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I'll catch you later on. Take care for now. Bye-bye.